So we got what weapons that the Primarchs use. Now I know, I know what Vulkan used. He used that hammer, like the greatest of all time. He used that big hammer. Pause. If y'all try to take this out of context and all of a sudden it's a King and E out of context, part 5. Don't take that out of context, right? Bro, Vulkan actually used a big hammer. Okay, I'm right about that. Other than that, let's go, y'all.
Hey, guys and gal. Weapons are cool. If there's one thing I'm jealous of America for, and I mean literally just one thing,
what?
It's the fact that you guys can have weapons, most notably melee ones. In Australia, if I want a sword, it has to be in a sealed, locked case after I spend months getting vetted by the Swords Guild of Australia. This is probably for the best, as I likely would have accidentally circumcised myself with it by this point, but it's still a bit sad. Everyone knows that the bigger, deadlier, and more ornate a weapon becomes, the cooler it is.
Yeah.
So it's no surprise that the Primarchs in Warhammer 40k have the cool.
Now, before we even get into it, I do know. Okay, Vulkan has the what is it called? Like the hammer. Like I said, the Emperor, I think he just has his sword, right? I know Fulgrim has a sword. I don't know what it's called. Jagahti Khan, he has a sword. Where's the school threat? Where's the menace of society? Oh, Konrad Curze, he has like the little nails or whatever. Not nails, I'm sorry. Like the little, like the sharp claws or whatever. He's a freak. I don't know what these two bums got right down here. Angron, he has like the God of War. Like he has like the Kratos weapons. Magnus, I don't know what he has. He's a bum. Rogal Dorn. Don't he got the Glock with the switch? I don't know. That's about it.
Coolest weapons around. Not all Primarch weapons were made equal. Some are actually pretty trash, and the vast majority of them have been broken at some point or another. However, that doesn't make them any less cool. Before we get started, our quest to gain internet validation ego points continues. We are well on our way to clapping One Mind Syndicate, and progress has been strong.
Okay.
But I am wildly impatient, especially since it's been nearly 200 days of lockdown now, and I just need a reason to celebrate and shoot a shaken up bottle of champagne into my own face like the degenerate white guy I am. So if you like weapons or, eating food, then consider chucking me your subscription. You won't regret it.
In fact, bro, if y'all like my reactions to these Warhammer videos and stuff like that, y'all, like, I would really appreciate it, if y'all subscribe to the channel. It's really free, all it takes is 2 seconds, I'm on the road to try to get 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. This will be going so hard because I think we can actually do it, so, if you could, y'all subscribe to the channel, become a part of the family, and, if you do, I really appreciate it, if you don't, then hopefully my next video can change your mind.
Probably. Today we're going to go over the lore of each of the Primarch's weapon or weapons. This will include every weapon they've ever used on more than one occasion.
Okay.
We will also discuss how powerful that weapon is and what ended up happening to it.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
We're going
to go legion by legion, hence the first Primarch on this list is Lionel Johnson.
Now, okay. The Lion, I do know he has a sword. I'm pretty much he had like the blue sword, right? Like the sword that was lighting up blue. That's what I think.
Who's considered one of, if not the best duelist Primarch. Now, whilst Mr. Johnson might be good with a sword, he isn't very original. Hence, his weapon of choice is a two-handed greatsword called, drumroll, the Lion Sword. Now sure, it wasn't a bad sword, it was sharp and ruined a lot of people's day, and if the lion wished it, it could also light you on fire, but it wasn't that special. It was made by some of the Emperor's unnamed blacksmiths, not the Emperor or another Primarch. The lion was old-fashioned and traditional. He didn't want to have a sword that was also a gun, that was also a teleporter, that was also a dildo. Although, as
I understand from the Lions, like, obviously I ain't the Lions' biggest fan, but I do understand that, bro. Like, there be some swords and, like, some spears or whatever in Warhammer. They be having Glocks with the switch with the beams on it. They be having, like, different type of, like, they be having toilet paper just around it. They be having all types of, like, receipts on it. Like, no, like, if I have a sword, I just want a sword. Not, like, with 20 other things on it. Maybe some people like that, like, the whole, like, those multi-tool type of weapons, but, like, if I'm just keeping it real, y'all, I'm kind of with the Lion on this one. Like, if I have a sword, I have a sword. If I have a Glock, I have a Glock. But if I got like a gun, I got a gun. Not a gun with with some floss with it. With some different type of, like, just miscellaneous ish. No, just give me a gun.
the saying goes, anything is a dildo if you're brave enough. Hence, he was content with a pretty basic sword. The sword would be broken, however, in the most pathetic of ways. When the Lion was hunting Konrad and Ultramar, he committed some war crimes in order to draw him out. This enraged Guilliman, who grabbed the Lion's sword and snapped it over his knee. Now this either says, wow, what a shit sword, or it says, wow, Primarchs have thick knees. Either way, the Lion's sword was sent to the bench. It would be reforged and given back to the Lion, who lost it when he was knocked into a coma by his asshole adoptive dad Luther. Currently, the sword is in the possession of Cypher, who never uses it, only stores it on his back until the day he can present it to the Lion, or the Emperor, or whatever he wants to do with it. On to the third Primarch, because the second one we know absolutely nothing about. We have Fulgrim, who originally wielded Fireblade, a flaming sword forged by Ferrus Manus, in what started off as a dick measuring contest between the two Primarchs, but ended up being a dick sucking contest. Now, unlike the Lion Sword, Fireblade was made by a very serious forge master.
And also, I don't want to like spoil it, whatever, but I'm pretty sure like Fulgrim, he had like a sword to where like it was talking dirty to him. Like I don't know what video that I learned that from, but like the sword was talking all type of nastiness, dirty stuff to him, and then that basically like I don't know if Fulgrim listened to it or something like that, but like he did have a sword that was just talking all this nastiness. But that sword was on some freak-ish. Like I remember that sword. Like
Ferrus, who could create objects of such wonder and magnificence. That was one of his Primarch powers after all. This sword would serve Fulgrim well until he discovered the seriously cursed but more powerful Layer Blade. Fulgrim would use Fireblade against Ferrus when Ferrus refused to join Horus.
Was that it right there?
However, Ferrus, being the blade's original master, was able to shatter it with his metal hands. Ferrus would then reforge Fireblade and use it to try kill Fulgrim during the Isfahan Dropsite massacre. This blade gave Fulgrim a huge power buff in strength and durability at the cost of his own sanity. This was the blade that cut off Ferrus's head. When the demon took over Fulgrim, the Layer Blade was not as powerful anymore, hence Fulgrim replaced it with the new better swords and gave the Layer Blade to Lucius.
Okay.
Fuck you, Lucius, ugly bitch. Next up, we have the fourth...
I mean, Majorkill, he ain't, bro, like, is Majorkill lying? Like, bro, like, I don't want to judge other men because I'm not interested in men, but like, let's keep it real for what it is. Bro he's hideous. Like, if I'm just keeping it real, bro, like, all the Primarchs are hideous. Like they're all ugly. Like respectfully, obviously, besides Vulkan. Vulkan, he handsome. Like as a matter of fact, I don't know if you know or not, but like me and Vulkan are actually twins. What's the saying goes? A brother from another mother.
Primarch Pertuarbo and his weapon, or should I say weapons. See, Perty wasn't really one to use melee weapons. He was autistic, sure, but he wasn't retarded. He relied more on artillery and high-powered range weapons.
He was just like, I don't know what it was, but like he was just always out of place to me. Maybe it's just because he has so much artillery on him. Like it makes him looks really. He looked like he just like went to 5 Thanksgivings, like back to back to back to back to back. Like he looks crazy. Like he looks too bulky. Like he bulked up too much. Like
this Warhammer. He couldn't avoid having a cool weapon forever, hence he ended up with Forge Breaker, the weapon that Fulgrim originally made for Ferrus when Ferrus made him Fireblade. After Ferrus was dead and Fulgrim had moved on to way more demonic weapons, Perty was gifted Forge Breaker, which was said to be able to level mountains. Obviously that's not true. The mental image of someone killing a mountain with a warhammer then said mountain exploding is retarded. It's a very powerful weapon, being favoured by Ferrus for his entire life, who as we've established can make god tier weapons. Pertuarbo still presumably has the weapon and uses it to scratch his balls or whatever he's been doing.
Hey yo, but one thing I'm gonna say about this weapon is, bro, like it does look a little comp. That's what I will say. This weapon looks a little like, it looks a little dangerous. This thing got lightning all on it. It got like a little sharp end to it. Like, this is not this hammer is definitely not for nails at all. Point blank, period.
For the last 10,000 years. Onwards and upwards to Primarch number 5, Jagahti Khan and his Swiftblade, the White Tiger Dao.
See?
Because, Jagahti is Asian.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's like, for me, it was really easy to remember him because, like, he just got all like just Japanese like themed like things, and obviously like he will use like a samurai sword, and also I'm pretty sure he has like a car as well. Because I think him and the what are they called? I forgot what his legions call, y'all, but like they're the ones that's like really fast, and they're in like their little like fast like ships or whatever. Like I forgot what it was called. Y'all can let me know.
Now, out of all the Primarch weapons, the Chow Blade has the least amount of lore to it. It was likely forged by the Emperor's armorers, or maybe even Jagahti himself. It suited him well and has never failed him, so there's that. Primarch Numul Sax is Leman Russ, who has a fair amount of weapons in his time. Firstly, he had Krakenmaw, which was a fat frostblade forged with the teeth of a kraken, who must have had a seriously high level of calcium if you're able to make a sword out of his teeth. Obviously not enough though, as during a fight with Angron, Krakenmaw was broken. Leman replaced Krakenmaw with Mjolnir, the Sword of Bale Knight, an ancient sword taken from a fallen tyrant. It was more or less Frostmourne, except instead of the wielder being the little privileged bitch boy Arthas,
This looks evil. Yo, this sword looks like it'll like possess you in your sleep or something. Like, this looks a little like, I don't know, you gotta cage this thing up. Like, you gotta lock this thing down. Like, you gotta put this in like its own little box and have like 20 locks on it. Cause I feel like if you just leave this thing like in your vicinity, just out, it's over with. Like, bro, this thing like, bro, it'll mess around and it'll mess around and be on like some Ginyu Force ish from like Dragon Ball and just like switch souls with you or something.
it was Leman who can outclap a
You wake up talking like these. What's going on? You stuck in a sword and everything.
curse on the daily.
Hey, you stuck in a sword and everything. You can't even move because you're the sword now.
He also wielded the axe of Hellwinter, which once again was forged with Kraken teeth. Poor Kraken, he just wants to have a full smile, and Leman just keeps on coming in and cracking his teeth. But it had a disruptor field put in it, so when he hit something, the impact was massive. Vulkan also created a mastercraft bolter for Leman called Scorn Spitter as a sign of their friendship. Finally, Russ also used the spear created by the Emperor's psychic might. It was powerful enough that Leman was able to beat Horus in a duel with it, despite Horus being jacked as shit with Chaos Kool-Aid. However, Leman hated using it, and once threw it so far away that it took days for the Space Wolves to find it. It's not very clear where all Leman's gear is at the moment. Maybe he's hauling it through the Eye of Terror and ruining Chaos's day. On to number 7, we have the Chainsword of Dorn, Storm's Teeth, forged by the weapon masters of Dorn's home planet when even before the Emperor arrived. This impractical weapon is gnarly as fuck. You would have thought that using the equivalent of an ornate chainsaw as a genuine weapon in the far future would be considered pretty retarded. Well, you thought wrong, as Storm's Teeth was powerful enough to easily cut through Alpharius' Primarch armor and then end his life. Rogal also carries the Voice of Terror, which is a bolter crafted by the Custodes for Dorn, to show him honour. It's unclear where either of these weapons are now, but Dorn probably still has them, wherever the fuck he is. 8 gives us everyone's least favourite emo edgelord, Konrad Curze and his lightning claws, mercy and forgiveness.
See? Look.
Now fortunately Konrad wasn't the one that gave them these stupid names. It was—
Look at this sicko. Look, he still got blood on it from his last victim, y'all. Look at him. He doesn't even like have enough decency to clean off the blades before he goes after his next victim.
His try-hard edgelord sons, but his throwing knives were called the Widowmakers, so we can't really give him too much credit there. It's unknown where they came from, but they weren't very special as the Lion was able to break them using his Lion Sword, which wasn't a very special sword. Then when Konrad got captured, the claws were taken from him again. Once he escaped, he built shitty replicas of them to wear until he was assassinated / committed assisted suicide. Number 9, we have the glorious Hawkboy Sanguinius, who can do no wrong. He wields, or wielded before his tragic death at the hands of the evil bold asshole, both the Spear of Telesto as well as the Blade and Kermarmine. Yeah, close enough. The blade was an extremely powerful power sword that was gene-coded to only be functional when in the hands of a Blood Angel. It was given to the Blood Angels by Sanguinius and was passed down warrior to warrior. Eventually one of these warriors lost it and had to trade his soul to Titsnitch in order to get it back. Rough.
Trading is, he gave his soul away for material like things. You're done for. Y'all don't do it. Don't do it, bro. Yo, this man traded his soul away for a sword that could easily be broken by me, bro. Legit, bro. I'll pick up that sword, bro, and just bro, like with my strength, bro, like with my big giant amazing hands and just strength and like 99 strength overall, like, bro, what I would do is I could just do this, and when I do that, bro, half of the sword would just like it'll fly off, just based off the whiplash of the sword. Like, he sold his soul for that. Down bad. You're down bad, bro. Like, you sold your soul for a paper sword and a half-eaten oatmeal pie. Like, this is what we're doing in 2025. Get yourself together now.
The Spear of Telesto was also gene-coded and could shoot out hectic laser beams that raped anyone who wasn't a Blood Angel.
YouTube. I can't even get out of that. Dang. Yo, I got 99 escape. Yo, whatever. Yo, I can't get out of that. Yo, when Majorkill say stuff like that, bro, there's nothing. I might have to bleep that out.
This spear was lost upon Sanguinius' death, but was later recovered in Orc territory. Halfway there, the 10th Primarch is Ferrus Manus, who, as we've discussed, wielded Forgebreaker, the weapon made by Fulgrim, who, as well as being a flamboyant dickhead, was also
they did switch weapons. Fulgrim and Ferrus did switch weapons because they was cool at one point, right? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
the blacksmith apparently. Not just a pretty face, eh? Now, out of all the Primarch weapons, this one was used by the most amount of people. Ferrus, Fulgrim, and Pertuarbo have all squashed some skulls with it, and it remains a serious hitty stick. However, Ferrus's real weapons were his hands. Living Necron metal coated them. To put into perspective how much of a weapon these hands were, just imagine getting punched in the face. Ouch. Now imagine you're getting punched in the face by a Primarch. Ouchie. Ew. Now imagine you're getting punched in the face by one of the strongest Primarchs who also happens to have metal hands.
Ew.
Ouchie mama. Ew. You would not catch these hands. Ew. The 11th Primarch is unknown, but probably just used nunchucks that circumcise you with a single touch. Primarch 12 is the angry Angron, who has wielded even more weapons than Leman.
In my opinion, I think he had the best weapons. Like, maybe I'm just like a big God of War fan, bro, but like a lot of weapons that Angron got, y'all, it legit like looks like he stole those weapons from Kratos. Like, the resemblance and a lot of like his weapons to Kratos' weapons is crazy.
Notably, a number of axes.
Yeah, Kratos whooping him though, no lie.
Called Widowmaker, as it was only effective when used on married men. In all seriousness, why the fuck do half the weapons in fantasy settings have the name Widowmaker? It's not even that cool of a name. See, if I had a spiky club called, like, Childfucker, then my enemies would be way more intimidating.
What the heck, bro? I gotta mute some of these words, y'all. Let me see. 9:45. Okay.
Than if I called it Widowmaker.
I gotta mute some of these words, y'all. He going crazy.
During the two brothers fight I mentioned earlier.
Write it down real quick.
After Widowmaker, Angron used a massive battle axe called Brazen Tooth, which, while it was an incredibly effective weapon, Angron got sick of it and gave it to Lorgar as a sign of their brotherhood. After Brazen Tooth, Angron used dual axes called Gorefather and Gorechild, which out of all the weapon names so far, has to be the best in my opinion. They were made with dragon's teeth and adamantium. Badass. When Angron got crushed by a falling building, he dug his way out using the twin axes, damaging them in the process. He discarded them as trash, however Khan retrieved Gorechild and had it restored, and he still uses it to this day. Angron would then be given the Black Blade, a huge sword.
Man, how many weapons he got? I mean, I understand it's part of his, like, you know, that's his character. His character, he has like a menacing character, but like, man, like,
made for him when he became a demon prince of Khorne. This sword would be broken by a rookie Grey Knight during the War of Armageddon because Grey Knights are a solution to every problem. Guilliman is the 13th Primarch, and despite his superpower being maths, he still enjoyed a good scrap. Hence,
he has the Emperor's sword. He has the Emperor's sword. I think, yeah, he has the Emperor's sword, yeah.
Wielded the Gladius Incandor and the Hand of Dominion. The Gladius was a solid power sword and the Hand of Dominion was a solid power fist. He also used a custom-made combi bolter called the Arbitrator. Post his resurrection, Guilliman has had a bit of a buff. He now wields the Emperor's Flaming Sword, one of the only things in existence that can permakill demons, as well as a vastly upgraded Hand of Dominion that has a built-in bolter for that extra daka.
See, here's the thing though, like, shout out to G-Thug, but like, I feel like with this sword right here, if like, obviously me and G-Thug, we wouldn't really fight like that. It would be like a spar. You know, if we were fighting or whatever, and obviously G-Thug, he's trying with all his might to try to take somebody like me down, and it's just not working. Like, it'll just be like Goku just standing there while like Krillin is like trying to hit Goku and trying to harm him, but like it's not working. So like, bro, like that's what I'll be. I'll just be standing there like Superman while Guilliman's trying his hardest to hit me, whatever. All you hear is boom, 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 like nothing's working. He pulls out this sword. All of a sudden, bro, he cocks it back and then tries to slice, right? All you're going to hear is clank. Bro, I'm going to smile, I'm going to chuckle, turn around, and walk away as explosions happen. All of a sudden, you know, Guilliman, bro, he up in the air. He doing a Macarena and everything. Like, bro, secretly, while Guilliman was cocking back, he didn't see my super fast speed put C4s wherever he stood. So whenever, like, you know, Guilliman tried to slice and it clanked, and I turned around, you know, and I walked away slow motion, I pressed the button. And, you know, see, a lot of these Primarchs, they wouldn't even match up to my brain power, you know, to my IQ. Like, a lot of these Primarchs, they didn't go to school. They didn't even pass high school. Their IQ is not, it's not snapping to them. It's not clicking to them. So that's how I actually, get rid of Guilliman. Obviously, it would be like a spar, but like, it's just like all these little black weapons, little black swords, whatever. Like these weapons are not, these weapons are not harming me. You know what I mean? Like it's not, So yeah.
The smelly Grim Reaper.
Y'all believe me, right?
Mortarion is the 14th Primarch, and he wields a massive war scythe called Silence.
Oh yeah, he has like the little. He has the like the long stick with like the little thing on it, right?
Called this because it isn't very talkative, and if you get killed by it, then you will be silent. Yes, it is one of the most powerful Primarch weapons, as it is seemingly of Xeno origin, rumoured to be the old weapon of Mortarion's evil adoptive Necro Daddy that the Emperor killed. When Mortarion got raped by Nurgle and unconsensually joined Chaos, Silence became possessed by a demon and became even more powerful. Let's just say, if this thing cuts you, you better hope you got your tetanus shot. Morty also carried around a gun called the Lantern, which was taken from wackos that worship dragons. 15 is Magnus, whose main weapon was his warp spaghetti. His weapons weren't so as much forged rather than conjured, however he did wield the blade of Anu-Nura, which was made with a combination of Magnus's magical wank as well as good old-fashioned imperial smithing. Magnus also carried the sci-fi Serpentar, which was a plasma gun that was either forged for Magnus or it was just something that Magnus summoned when he wanted to shoot magic death balls without looking like he was shooting magic death balls. When Magnus became corrupted by Chaos after doing something very wrong, his sword, being an extension of himself, was also corrupted by Chaos, and also his ego, as he changed its name to the Blade of Magnus. If you get cut with the Blade of Magnus, you're gonna have a shit one, as you either explode or turn into a Chaos Spawn.
I'll put some dirt on it, you'll be fine.
On to number 16, we have the big bad bold man himself, Horus. Before he was War Master, Horus had some of the most boring weapons, like some random power sword or something.
He has the claws,
Later,
right?
he found the War Master's talon deep within Chthoniya, which was a unique and powerful lightning claw. When he became the War Master, the Emperor gave him a fuck-off massive maul called the Worldbreaker, that the Biggie had forged himself. Now Horus wielded both of these weapons to great effect until his death. The War Master's talons were taken by Abaddon and have been used by him ever since, and the Worldbreaker was given to the Horus clone. When Abaddon fought the Horus clone, he shattered Worldbreaker somehow, and then he killed the clone using the talons, 'cause reasons. 17 gives us everyone's least favourite pedophile, Lorgar. Lorgar was a bit of a Horus wannabe.
Wait, why'd he call him that? I gotta mute that out. Well, do I? Yeah, I gotta mute that out. Oh man. I'm gonna see if it's good on YouTube. But like, I'm gonna just keep it real for what why does Majorkill, why did he call him that? Did he do something? Did he, involve himself in that stuff?
Hence he also had a big ass mace maul thingo. Ironically, despite being the worst Primarch at combat, he had one of the best weapons, as his mace, called the Illuminarium, was forged by Ferrus Manus, who, as we've established, was level 99 in blacksmithing. He also carried an ancient Aerotech pistol. Primarch 18 is Vulkan, who along with
Bro, the goat, bro, he's so cool,
Ferrus was the best Primarch when it came to forging slick-ass gear. He was the best Primarch at everything, to be honest, other than flying. That title went to Sanguinius. Hence Vulkan wielded Dawnbringer.
Bro, he's so cool, bro. Look at him. I got a fresh lineup in the... Oh, well, he don't got a fresh lineup, but... And a fresh outfit. Look at him, bro. Plus, I got his Chevy 54. Bro, he really got it on him. The gold... He got the green and gold with him, bro. No Green Bay Packers. Bro, look at him. He really styling, profiling right now, bro. This is somebody I want to be, yo.
A massive Warhammer of his own design that could smash through anything, and also had a handy little teleporter in it that could cover millions of kilometers, allowing him instant planet-to-planet transport. He also carried a legendary plasma pistol called Furnace Heart made by Ferrus.
Yeah, he got the Glock too. You didn't think he had the Glock? He got the Glock. So just in case you think anything's sweet, he don't gotta waste any of his might or power to swing this and really do something crazy to you. He don't gotta use none of that. He could for real just Arthur Morgan you like crazy. Stop playing. He can slow motion you. Cause he's him. He can really do that. But sometimes, he's not even going. Here's the thing. He not even about to demonstrate it for you simpletons out there. He'll really just get rid of the battle that easy. What is Glock? Stop playing. Now I've seen him use his hammer, bro. Me seeing him use his hammer, bro. Bro, what's that word, bro? Like, what's it called? Orgasmic, bro. It is, bro. Basically an orgasm. Just looking at him swing the hammer, like it's crazy.
But he didn't use it, as ranged combat is for pussies. Primarch 19 is Corvus Corax, who alongside Konrad used lightning talents. He did not limit himself there, however, as he also used dual pistols, grenades, and a lightning whip for when shit needed that extra level of kink. His main weapon, if you can call it that, had to be his mechanical wings. However, they were so advanced that barely anyone knew how they worked, and they could not be replicated. Finally, number 20, Alpharius Omegan. Both twins use matching weapons and armor, their weapon of choice being a special modified Necron spear called the Pale Spear. This spear could phase in and out of reality, allowing it to pierce any physical armor with ease and doing massive damage to whoever ate the attack, unless their name was Rogal Dorn, in which case the Pale Spear became a bit of a liability. It's unclear if there are two Pale Spears, one for each twin, or if they just share the one. It's even more unclear what ended up happening to the Pale Spear once Alpharius got diced up into sashimi, but it's probably just gathering dust somewhere in the Imperial Palace. And there you have it, all the weapons used by the Primarchs in Warhammer 40k.
Shout out to Majorkill for this video, man. If you guys enjoy my reaction, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and like the video. It's absolutely free to do both, so I would greatly appreciate it if you guys did, man. I you know, your boy, bro, you could just see my heart just boom 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 just thumping, so I really appreciate that, man. Thank y'all so much for coming through. I'm gonna see you later. I'm out. Peace out, y'all.